Welcome Strategy Battle Games to another GBHL YouTube video. You're here with your host GBHL Damian
and GBHL Tom.
And we are here with episode 87 of The Palantir.
I speak friend in question.
Is it?
Yeah. We're not up to 87.
We're not up to 87?
No.
It's not The Palantir?
It's not The Palantir.
It's Speak Friend in Question.
Wow.
With GBHL South.
Wow.
What's this?
I know.
I know, right?
My debut. Hey.
You never spoke?
No.
Wow.
Never spoke.
Even as a ghost. A ghost. Unfortunately, James and Jamie were meant to meet up on Thursday this week to record Speak Friend in Question, and Jamie was really sick. Sorry, bud. So they couldn't meet up, and so we have a little host thread.
I mean, that's what happens when you just...
when you're working full time for the GBHL
exactly.
subscribers, absolutely. He's laid up in bed, unfortunately.
Double dragon sickness.
Yes, in his dragon's den.
Yeah.
And we kind of offered to take over for a week.
Jamie and James that week.
Because we were meeting up today. And it is Friday, by the way.
Yes.
We know we are out of the loop for the Palantir. And obviously we normally release that on a Friday, and we are back together for the first time since we've returned from our various holidays.
Yeah.
But on a Friday, so we couldn't film to be released on the Friday, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But I don't think they allow it. But the Palantir will return next Friday.
Yes.
28th as planned. But until then, you get some bonus Tom and Damien.
Yes. Oh, and then we're away in America the week after, so I don't know what's happening with stuff.
Yeah, who knows what's going on in that. But yes, a bit of bonus, and we'll try and work our way through this Speak Friend in Question format, and hopefully not embarrass ourselves.
Yeah, Bagsy being Jamie when they ask Jamie stuff, and you can be James when they ask James stuff.
Okay, so alright, fair enough. Alright. So, do you want to kick us off?
Sure. So we're going with the oldest comment first.
Yep.
So first up is the AJ Gamer. Oh, you planned this, didn't you?
Said it was Jamie. You got Jamie's.
Okay. Thanks for the advice last week.
Not a problem.
Yeah. My questions this week are Isengard related. First up, what are your opinions on the hierarchy of the named captains? Obviously, that would be Vrasku, Ugluk, Lurtz, and Mauher.
Do you want to start with that?
Yeah.
It goes on to other questions.
Yeah. Okay. Hierarchy. Vrasku, Ugluk, Lurtz, Mauher, in that order.
I think he's just suggesting the four named. Vrasku's number one. After that,
I think it's up to you on what army you pick. So I think that Ugluk's definitely very useful if you don't have another hero if you don't have a shaman in, then you pick Ugluk, because he can help with the stand fast. And if you don't have Saruman, then it's probably worth having Ugluk just in case your shaman dies. But if you have Saruman or a shaman or two, then there's no point in Ugluk. Lurtz gets the might with a bow, which can occasionally be useful, and he can shield. And he gets the 3 might, so you'd probably prefer him, especially if you've got shamans, over Mauher, because he has the 3 might. But if you're not taking shamans, then Mauher is probably good because he has the 3 attacks.
Yeah. Vrasku's definitely number one, and Lurtz gets a bad rep in my opinion. I've used a lot of Isengard and I've used Lurtz a lot and done well with him, and he's just as good. I think he's as good as the others, and he gets the shield for free, so he's not overcosted or anything.
No.
And having the bow on a hero with might is useful. You're just running forward as if he's a normal Lurk hero and shoot every turn, and every now and again you get a really cheeky wound on a hero, might it up. And it is useful, and like Tom says, whenever I use them with shamans and Saruman, Ugluk's rules are relevant. You never use it, and it's also very badly worded. So that you have to have planned for it, because it has to be at the start of the turn that someone touching his base. You have to plan for it the turn before. Ugluk would be the lowest for me.
Yeah, I think Mauher's gets higher ranking if you've got a scout army, because he can boost their movement, which is really good.
But I always debated between Lurtz and Mauher, and I always came down on the side of Lurtz for the extra might.
I think Lurtz if you're in a armoured Isengard army. And
I also think, because I use a lot of Fel's of Berserkers, I've got an awful lot of 2-attack models, so I didn't necessarily need Mauher's punch. Yeah. Where if you had a lot of standard Uruks, you might want the 3-attack model.
Yeah. And when we took the all Warg Riders plus Scouts, half Warg Riders, half Scouts, Mauher was invaluable because the Scouts could keep up with the Warg Riders. Yeah. So, and then it was Lurtz. Was it Lurtz and Ugluk we had, who were couldn't keep up with the
heroes
rest of the army.
The main Scout heroes, Lurtz and Lugluck.
Yeah.
Lurtz and Lugluck can't keep up with the scout army. Go figure. It's like the Faramir thing, not being able to go through woodland.
But he can.
Yeah, until they FAQ. But I would. It's Vrasku's number one. The other three, I honestly think, are up to you. But Lurtz is better than people say he is.
Yeah. Second question: is Thrydan worth it despite the low fight value of 4?
Yes, he's amazing.
I was going to do 3, 2, 1. What do we
Sorry.
think?
Yes, he's amazing.
Yes.
Yourself?
Yeah.
I use Thrydan all the time. Again, you've normally, if you're using a combination of Saruman, you've probably immobilised the guys fighting, so his fight.
And then Thrydan is... Yeah, if you've got Saruman in, Thrydan's really good to get in. At lower points, when you don't have Saruman, less good with the fight 4. Really, you want him going in against immobilised heroes.
Yeah.
You don't want him particularly on troops.
He has trouble on troops.
Yeah, his rule's all about heroes and monsters.
And the problem is, when he's even if he charges on a horse, as soon as he's up against a spear line, dwarves and uruks and elves can beat him, and it's very, very risky. But he's an amazing hero killer.
Yeah.
I famously had him do 6 wounds on a mummock in one turn, and then kill it the next turn. He's incredible.
Yeah.
But he is a bit of a glass hammer. You need to be a bit careful with defense 5. But he's great having a hero on a horse as well in Isengard.
Yeah. But good teams up with Saruman as well.
Yep.
And yeah, if there's any contest of champion type scenario where your leader has to do a lot of killing, then he and Mauha are really the two that could do that potentially. Lastly, what sort of profile do you think Lurtz deserves? I would boost him up to fight 6 with a 3+ shoot value and 3 attacks and 3 wounds. Might Will and Fate 3/3/1. I would also give him a rule to get the +1 defense from a shield despite his bow.
There's so many alternate Lurtz profiles.
Yeah. I mean,
should probably be a bit better.
Yeah, but you could have it in the Shagrat way in that you can have both versions, and you'd want something about 100 points. So that kind of stat line that you've suggested is.
I don't think you should read fight 6.
Is about 100 points. Yeah, I think fight 5, like the Knight of the Pelennor one, and I think. You know, some nice special rules. So yeah, okay, maybe defense 6.
I think it should be. Everyone always talks about the shield rule, and it's like it's one thing. It's that one bit where he lobs the shield and like gets him, and I don't know. You don't get a special rule for everything every other character does throughout. You don't get Ugluck hasn't got a rule for pouring drink down people's throats.
He should have his bow should be strength 3 or 4, and maybe he shoots twice, and then he's just better ranged.
Thingy's might rule would be good.
A Narzug.
Narzug's
yeah, if you
like
had Narzugs, yeah.
But yeah, if you bumped him up enough to make him about 90 points, I think it'd be good.
Yeah.
And then you get a list.
Okay. Do you think this would be a good list for 650 points? So it's Suladan with horse. Okay, so we've gone off Isengard now. Suladan on a horse, 5 of Bracken Merchant Guard, 4 Serpent Guard. I mean, it's good, but I don't like it. Hasharin, who's a general. That's a very good choice for the general because the Elven Cloak. 4 Watchers of Karna with bow, 5 Haradrim Warriors with bow and spear, yep, that's good. Warband 3, Haradrim Chieftain with a bow, 4 Watchers of Karna with bow, 4 Haradrim Warriors with bow and spear, 1 Haradrim Warrior with bow. And then the 4th, this is the Golden King, 4 Abrakan Merchant Guard and 4 Serpent Guard. It is a good list, I would not like to fight it. I think it complies with the bow limit as well. There's a lot of bows in there. You've got 2 attacks from the Watchers of Karna. Your heroes are very good.
It's the kind of Harad list no one likes to play.
Yeah,
like you'll do well with it.
Yeah.
You'll win more games than friends.
Yeah. The only thing that you could do to make it a bit better if you're playing on any 6x4 boards is to put in a few raiders, or if you have them, the Serpent Guard, the mounted Serpent Guard, just so you can get around the board a bit quicker to some objectives.
I think they're just going to sit at the back and shoot you to death.
Yeah, they are.
It's a good list, and you're a very naughty boy.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to play it.
Well done, thanks for all your questions. David Whitaker, YouTube told me there was an error posting the, I don't know, can we say that? The something marry murder comment, so I gave up. Looks like it did post all those times after all. But it's not here, it hasn't. I don't know. Did you know this?
What?
Have you seen last week's Speak Friend a Question? Because this might be good for us. They asked, it was Snog, Marry, Avoid.
Yes.
On the GBHL hosts.
Oh.
The other 3.
Right.
And Jamie and James Braun did us. Well, you know.
Yeah, alright.
Yourself?
I don't know.
It's
kind of like being married to you now, so I'd probably have to marry on you.
Just saying. That's 3 marriages for Oberyn.
Is it?
Yeah, he's good long-term material.
That's because no one wants to kiss you.
I think marriage involves
Okay.
certain.
So then I've got to avoid or snog one of James or Jamie. I don't know. Jamie has the bird to grip onto, so probably Jamie.
Wait, you're snogging?
Yeah.
Like something to hang on to?
Yeah, well, there'll be something muffling as well there. It'll be cosy.
You got a snog, I think, from Jamie, and then a void from James.
So we both did that. That was good.
Yeah,
Picked each other.
Something in there. I can't marry myself though. This is.
Yeah, I know.
But apparently, both of them decide to marry me because of the house. Apparently, they'd get to live in the house.
Well, they've not seen Vista.
They haven't seen. Oh, yeah, in Harrison's house. I couldn't marry you because you drive me. I think I know you too well now. You drive me insane. Lily's a saint. I wouldn't want to avoid you though. I suppose.
That means you have to kiss me.
I'll probably kiss you then. Alright, let's mix things up. Let's get that in there.
Alright. Who do you want to marry?
I think I'd like to marry Jamie. I think he'd be a good.
Are we both avoiding James?
Maybe. It's more that we want to do other things.
Yes.
We want to marry and snog other people rather than avoid people.
Yeah.
I think Jamie would be a good wife. I think he's quite understanding, he's quite calm, he's quite chilled out.
Yeah. He'd tell you about Smaug.
Yeah. He would. He'd tell me if he was Smaug. He would. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I don't know, David. Obviously, you've tried to post some other comments on there, but I don't think they've come up. So, thank you for that. Al.
It's Mr. Alwood. I really enjoyed the speak friend in question, not a problem. Not GBHL James did a great job. Yeah, he's good.
He did indeed, he was very good.
Yeah.
Well done, James.
He's good, James Front. Did a great job of standing in, and I hope he will do some more speak friend in question. So yeah.
Who knows what the future holds?
Maybe he can meet up with Jamie some more. I'm a little confused about including war machines in a warband, as I'm unsure how many slots they take up from a 12-figure warband. Is it one for the war machine and one for the crew, or one for the machine and one for each crew? As in, does it count as just one, or does it count as multiple? Thanks a lot, and keep the great content coming. We will always keep the great content on Speak Friend in Question coming.
We will.
Thanks, Al. Cheers, Al. I think it says in the rules somewhere.
Do you not know? No,
I'd say the crew count.
I thought the crew counted and the machine
the
didn't.
trebuchet doesn't, or whatever it is. I think it's in the rules.
Is it in a source book?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
fill?
Oh, you want me to fill?
I thought it was in the intro, but it's not filling. That's sitting in silence.
I am sitting in silence.
Siege engines. Each warband can contain one siege engine itself and a crew. Each count as one of the warband's 12 models. Each count. And any crew. Each count. I would
The
say
siege engine itself and any crew each count as one, so the trebuchet does count. So we were wrong.
Maybe.
So yeah, if you had a trebuchet and 3 crew, that counts as 4 slots.
Boom, sorted.
And can the hero of a siege engine lead a warband? Does it say anything there? I'm not going to let you have your tea.
What? Can the hero lead the warband?
Yeah.
Doesn't say. Oh, no, that if a siege engine includes a hero, it must be its captain.
There you go. So, yeah.
Yeah, sorted.
There you go. So it has to lead the warband as well.
God,
Cool.
there you go.
Cheers for the question, Al. That was...
Dodged a bullet on that one.
Yeah.
We should have read that before. It looks amazing. Next up, we have Shrez Pernus. Is there anywhere on the internet I can find the profiles over all the different characters in the Lord of the Rings Hobbit SBG? There's Lonely Knights then.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you search for Lonely Knights Army Builder, you'll find all the profiles in terms of what stats they have, but it just doesn't include the special rules because of the issues that we have with GW's copyright, because obviously they own it and you can't give everything away from the books.
Everything from An Unexpected Journey and the Battle of Five Armies is available for free on the
Yes.
special website, although bizarrely not the Desolation Smoke.
Yeah.
And the rest of it you have to get source books, unfortunately. They're not, you should try and get hold of them
if you can.
if you can, because that is the best place to get them.
Yeah.
It's always good to have the books and bring them
Yeah.
along.
Yeah, if not, play a game against someone with with the models and you'll soon find out the special rules.
Next up.
It's me, isn't it?
It is.
This is from DeFresh. I don't know if I'm saying that right at all. Hey guys, so first question I've asked on here. What does he have to do, Damian? Oh, wait, I'm meant to be Jamie.
You're Jamie. What does he have to do, Jamie?
You're in the loop. You have to comment again next week with a question. If we answer your question, which we're going to do now, and then you're stuck in forever.
And
an
ever.
infinite loop. So you have to keep asking a question every
Never
week.
get out. Never get out.
Cool. So the Frederick's question is: Galadriel Protectress of Lothlorien or Galadriel Lady of Light? Which is better, and in which points brackets do they work best? Bearing in mind, I'll be fielding them with a majority fiefdoms list for a secret. Well, it's not that secret now. An awesome themed list. Then second question. Okay. So the first part, which is better?
Do you want to do a 3, 2, 1 on this?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Are we saying Galadriel as part of it?
No, just say the second bit. So we're going to either say
Protectress.
that one, or
Lady of Light.
yeah,
3, 2, 1.
Lady of Light.
Obs. Protectress of Lothlorien is fairly awful.
Yes, because that's the
woo one.
Yeah.
That's rubbish.
Yes.
Yeah, she's awful. That's not your debate. Your debate
yes.
is Magic Galadriel versus Lady of Light.
And she is what's she called?
Isn't she just Galadriel? Or is she Melf? Just Galadriel.
Just Galadriel. So yeah, the question is the Lady of Light versus
Yeah, Protectress of Lothlorien. There's no contest.
yeah, because Lady of Light gets cast blinding light up
For
for free to start with.
Yeah, she's
And
also got Banishment,
which is amazing against
Fortify
Ring Wraiths.
Spirit.
Yeah, and the Fortify Spirit is
Yeah.
amazing.
They're the same cost, and Protectress of Lothlorien can only do Blinding Light.
Yeah, and then it's just attacking.
Yeah.
Do they both get the terror?
Yeah, they've both got Terror.
And they both get the war aspect, or
Yeah. -1 courage.
the -1 courage.
You'd never take Protectress of Lothlorien.
No, it's
really.
kind of made that a bit obsolete, especially as Protectress of Lothlorien can't lead troops. If she could, then you may potentially take her.
Yeah, well, I'd still take the casty one.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, then do you want to answer that then instead quickly? Do you take the casting one or the?
The casting one's much better all
Maybe.
rounder because she gets access to the
Definitely.
wonderful Immobilize.
Yes.
Best bow in the game.
And still has cast blinding light, but
Lady of Light's great, but I've played in games where you need to come up against a shooting army, an army with wizards, or an army with spirits. And you can bring her along and none of them, and then you have a very expensive
yeah,
model that's not very good. But equally, you come up against Watchers of Karnak led by Fellbeast, you're laughing.
yeah, she's great.
So it's one of those tricky ones. You do see her a lot at tournaments because ring race are very powerful at tournaments.
I think she's a better ally. If you're just going to plonk one Galadriel in, I think you'd plonk her in as opposed to the caster.
Yeah, probably.
Because if you're going to plonk a caster in, you'd be better plonking Gandalf or Saruman in.
I think she's a second caster. I think because the higher the points value you go to, the more because you've actually asked.
Yeah, this was the question. This was the second part of the question. Which points
brackets they work best? We're discounting Protectress of Lothlorien because she works best at no points brackets. But the higher your points you get, the more wizards you face and the more race you face. So the more anti-wizard and anti-race stuff. Yeah. So I would say that your first wizard is your Saruman or your Gandalf, and your second wizard would be Lady of Light. Yeah. So that would be my money. If you're doing a Wood Elf army, there's my answer. If you're doing an Elven army, and it was about 700 points, I'd go for Galadriel.
Spellcaster Galadriel.
Whereas see ya.
Just normal Galadriel.
Whereas if we're up to 1,000 points, I'd go for Lady of Light and then bring in a wizard. Yeah. Or something like that. Because she's quite cheap as well. 125 points. Yeah. She's a good deal.
Yeah. And can chip in with combat as well.
As for how she will fit in with the fiefdoms?
If it's Blinding Light, Fiefdoms has Blackroot Veil, if you've got that in there. I mean, you can then start winning a shooting war. Otherwise, it just gets you to a shooty army without taking too much damage. And then otherwise it's more what she does against enemy armies with the ring race. She's just useful to have.
She's not a particular buff model, is she, for your own stuff? Apart from the blind light.
The courage is really good if you've got Army of the Dead. The courage -1. So that would be the synergy with fiefdoms if you're taking Army of the Dead, because then they get the bonus when they're rolling to wound. And for the terrifying if there's no fury there.
There's not an awful lot of other terror stuff is there available to them.
So yeah, that's why. But I presume that's why you're thinking about putting these Galadriels in the list if you've got some Army of the Dead in there.
The only problem with the terror thing to watch out for is that it won't be as much of a deal for your Army of the Dead, because that will be a combat line. But I've seen a lot of people try to combine the war aspect Galadriel with Thranduil as a kind of, everything causes terror, -1 terror, it's tricky to charge. But the reality is she's always, as much as the models cause 6 inches, cause terror, the models that are charging them are more than 6 inches away from them, or are about 6 inches away from them. She's about 3 inches behind them, so it doesn't work.
No.
But it would work.
Would work for the wounding
with her sitting
part.
behind a battle line of Army of the Dead. So that might be interesting.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And yeah, that's everything. And yeah, no problem about the double ask.
Not a problem at all. I've only seen it once. Next up, it is David Whittaker. Good to see one of the Nottingham Massive on the channel. And now you've got two of the Bicester Massive and the Twickenham Massive.
Yeah.
This week I've been working on my Guild Ball team finally. If you had to pick a 6-man team from Middle Earth, who would you pick? Your captain should be a mighty hero, e.g. Bozza, Gothmog, Aemar, Azog, etc. And your mascot should be suitably rubbish, e.g. a Hobbit, Sebastian, that Raven Thorin sends to get Dane, or a Warg or something. Totally well thought out question. Sports!
Do you want to go first?
No. Beorn would be my big guy. He could come along.
Okay, I'll have Treebird then.
That's bigger.
Or do we want to do I'll do an evil team then if you're doing a
Smaug.
team.
I'll have Smaug.
Why
can't I have nice things?
Are you doing good or evil?
Yes. I'll be evil then.
Okay.
I'll be good because I said Beorn straight off.
You want Beorn. Big guy, Troll Chieftain.
Alright. 6 people.
Yeah.
Who'd be good at football?
You need a good goalkeeper.
Someone with big hands. Smaug?
You're good.
Who's got big hands? Some of the early Fellowship models have got awful proportions. Like the Monkey Twins. Like,
they could go in goal.
They could go in goal.
You get 2 of them in goal for one.
Yeah.
Though the issue is one of them will go mad, and then we'll run out of goal.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of a liability.
Yeah.
It'd be like Rush Keeper.
Yeah. What are the else
going on? Mascot. A good mascot. Farmouts dog maybe?
That's good. That's good.
Tifa. I have Tifa.
Mascot for evil. It's got to be Gollum.
With fish. And you can wave the fish.
Yeah.
Like a cheerleader.
Good. Maybe not like a cheerleader, but yeah. Who else could we have?
You want like a Terrier. Goal!
She would be good.
Yeah, Terrier would be great. She
could be a striker.
She could be on my team.
Any evils? I mean, Gothmog could just be there to be a captain, just to... he's really ugly. Or a defender. He's been knocked about a bit in defence.
You'd have to have Aragorn.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'd have to have Aragorn. He kicks the head, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Poof! Goal! That sort of thing. That'd be great.
Oh, Pippin's good with a ball as well. Oh! Goalkeeper.
He's in goal, yeah. He doesn't let that thing go, does he? Oh yeah, that's amazing. Pippin's in goal. That's a great show. He catches the apple as well.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, no, Merry catches it. The apple hits Pippin in the head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe Merry in goal.
Just basically now trying to think of people who throw stuff
in
Lord of the Rings.
Or kick stuff.
Yeah. The Goblin King, he'd be quite a good...
Shadowfat's on the wing.
Shadowfat's on the wing. He loves the goblin, doesn't he? At the camera.
Yeah.
He'd be good.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a good question.
Oh, what's his name? Norrie. He'll steal the ball back for you.
Oh, clever. Is anyone on fire? He could be, be on fire. I would take Frodo along.
Frodo?
He would run rings around the enemy.
Oh no. I'd have
Keep that for a sketch in the future.
David Dubeckham. No?
Dubeck. Are we just listing Lord of the Rings football puns now? I think we should move on.
Yeah.
Those are our teams.
Cheers, David.
We hope you loved
it.
it.
Was good. It's me now. This is Shen Barnes' question. Thanks for answering my question. No problem.
Not a problem.
My question this week is it worth taking Legolas mounted? Thanks and keep up the good work. On 3?
No?
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hey.
definitely is.
Does he mean old or new Legolas?
We
They have
rolled.
different roles, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, even the old one, I know it's good to sit back with an elven cloak and just shoot, but he's still pretty good when he's mounted because he can get to where he needs to be to shoot something, and it's harder to catch him. But yes, he doesn't get the elven cloak benefit, so...
I took him on a horse once, didn't I?
Yeah.
I had him in the army where we played at East Grinstead. Can't quite remember what my rationale was. I think I might have had spare points, possibly.
Oh, you had to get up to 750.
Ah, yeah, that was exactly it. It was for the tournament limitations.
You need the big heroes. But yeah, Jamie sometimes takes Legolas with both horse and cloak, and then he takes that 10-point hit of getting the horse if he needs to be in the role of just elven cloak and shooting, and they'll dismount
voluntarily dismount. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's always worth having heroes on a horse if you can.
He's very, very good.
Yeah.
Even the old one, like suddenly charging, he's got 3 attacks at fight 6, knocks them down. That's very effective.
Yeah.
It does give you some good options.
And
The new one definitely. If you take
definitely.
the new one, definitely get the horse because he's a combat
the old
hero.
one's good fun on. I'd say he's more fun on the horse.
He's also an awesome model.
Yeah.
The metal Legolas on horse is one of my favourite models in the range. And bear in mind as well, I don't know if the other guys always think this on here, but my answers for is it worth taking is whether or not you'll enjoy it. And I love using mounted leggy.
Yeah.
You got me a birthday card with him at once because I used to bang on about mounted leggy so much.
That was one of Damian likes his little jokes, and that was one of his first little jokes. It was always, so why does Legolas get a third attack for it? Oh yeah, because he's mounted.
Yeah.
Mounted leggy.
And I really like the whole warg attack thing of just
Yeah.
Aragorn on the horse, like the models, and the unarmed Theoden on the horse and mounted leggy. So like the whole...
Yeah, we were playing warg attack at the time.
That whole kind of aesthetic appeals to me a lot.
So yes is the answer.
Yeah,
from us anyway.
Yeah. Next up we have Alex Francis. Hey guys, thanks for the great answer last week. Again, not a problem.
Yeah.
Anytime. My question this week is about basing models, as I've never done it before and I'm trying to find the best way to get started. Are the Games Workshop basing sets worth it for their price, or are there any cheaper alternatives that you know of? Thanks in advance, and once again, great video. Thomas?
Games Workshop basing.
The boxes
I've
of
looked at
plastic
them. Or
bits,
resin. Are they resin or plastic? Yeah. When I've looked at them, they're always a bit Warhammery. They don't really have enough non-Warhammer stuff for me. They have those tufts of grass, which do look cool. They're just very expensive. I think that if you're going to get basing materials, you can go to places like Woodland Scenics, and they have that kind of thing just as good for cheaper, I think. I'm not really an expert because I've not bought base material really from Games Workshop. There are a lot of good ones that you can get on the internet. I know that Matt Davies did some that were really cool.
Yeah.
So there are people in the community that sometimes cast some bases that are really cool. But also if you look on, Damien's got the Games Workshop ones, but there's usually some on eBay that are good for Lord of the Rings, and they're just generic cobbled ruined base or stony bases.
I mean, this is we're looking at about £20, and like this one, for example, is stalagmites, exotic mushrooms, pieces of slate, shale, glowing green rocks. That's under Empire. I think that's aimed at 40k. We've got what else? We've got the Warhammer basing kit. Is 2 tubs of resin details, 1 spare tub, and 1 frame of brass leaves. They're aimed at people who don't know about the other companies out there, really.
Yeah.
You get all these things for cheaper from other people.
What's the name of the company that Jay Finnegan used a fair bit? The ones that do the elf heads, like the Amon Hen style heads. What are they called?
It's not Thrydan, is it?
Maybe. No,
They're
it's
a
not
senior
that.
company.
It's not that. But they do it as well.
But yeah, there are other things out there, particularly that are more suited to Lord of the Rings. A lot of GW stuff, particularly these days, is incredibly Warhammer and 40k.
Yeah. Like, you'll get that,
Century.
whatever it is, £18 set, and you'll only be able to use a quarter of it for the Lord of the Rings.
And there's just better ways of making it. Go into your garden and get stones and rocks and stuff. So there are cheaper alternatives. Yes. There's lots of different ways of doing it. Stick a post up on the Great British Hobbit League, or go on the One Ring and ask on there. And particularly on the One Ring, if you go and search the hobby forums, there's loads of examples of things that people have done. But I would stay away from the GW kits personally. And
if you're not on the Great British Hobbit League Facebook page, the link should be in the description below.
Get on it.
On the video. Cool. My question is Sebastian Avery. I've seen James's very patriotic blue, red and white Rivendell Knights for Nova, and I love how British they look. My question is, have any of the other GBHL team given their troops or heroes a British touch?
No, because I'm trying to not be jingoistic about it. No, I don't. I'm a bit wary of all this kind of empire rebuilding stuff. No, I haven't.
No.
I'm going to paint all my ferals with blue, red and white face.
You can take Aragorn, the King Galadriel, he's blue and red.
I think, the British are coming. It's all a bit...
It'd be cool to have a banner, a British banner.
Yeah.
But other than that...
we debated... was it the Davis Cup? I went to the Davis Cup and you were like, get Team GB shirts from there. And they were like, Team GB tennis.
Yeah.
It was like, you had to cross that out and put SPG on it. I haven't painted anything especially for
no, I haven't yet.
For Nova, which is in a shockingly short amount of time. I think it's just James who's painting something, painting a colour scheme. Yeah. For the Nova stuff. But doing a banner would be nice. Yeah. You're alright at painting a banner these days, aren't you? Yeah. You could do a bit of that. But no. No. Samuel Taylor's up next, who says, "Hey Jamie.
Hey.
Last week you mentioned you include Galadriel in your list because you're afraid of what Haradrim might bring. Which Galadriel profile do you include?" Jamie. God, we preempted there.
So if you're playing Haradrim, it depends if you've got a Wraith, but any of the ones that aren't Protectress of Lothlorien will do a good job.
He would have been, when he says he's afraid of what Haradrim might bring, it would be, I'm sure he's talking about Bowfire. He would be talking about Watchers of Karna, because Haradrim are about the only thing that can with 50% bonus, they're about the only thing that can outshoot him. So he would be bringing Galadriel along to get blinding light to prevent that. And also, the second thing, although I do think this would be secondary for him, is that Haradrim often ally in raids. So you'd have raves, so having a caster helps. He likes Galadriel. Yeah, casty one.
Normal Galadriel.
This applies to both of them, but he likes Galadriel over Withered because you can't. If you sap her will, she still gets a free one every turn that can't be broken. Yeah. You can't snap Galadriel's staff.
Yeah, but you get that with the other Galadriel, right?
Yeah. She gets a free one, but that's why he likes her over a wizard. Yeah. And obviously because he's bringing a Wood Elf army, she can lead troops as well.
Yeah, that's why he brings the caster one, because it brings the troops and it has the immobilise, which is very useful.
So that's what you were talking about last week.
Yes. Sorry, if that was
Jamie.
a bit...
Why are you talking in the third person?
You next.
Was it? Next up,
it's me. It's me. I'm going to start with your question. It's Resko Nesko. Hey, Resko Nesko.
It's the fun song.
Yeah. Great video as always.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's odd how some models like Bilbo still hold up, but some are just so flat and out of proportion than the new ones.
I think that was in reference to them saying like least favourite model. They were talking about the Wood Elves
ones.
They were talking about the plastic Wood Elves being quite flat. Not liking them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the old Bilbo's fantastic. It's the old metal models are fantastic.
On to his question. Sorry you've probably answered these a million times yet. We're always answering these on Speak Friendly Questions.
Do this every week.
What's a good model count for 700 points? Ooh, 700.
It depends on your army. I don't necessarily play by these
society's rules.
I don't play by society's rules. I live on the edge. 2. But it could be 2. Like it depends on what you're doing. You're probably looking at about 40 or something.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that region. It depends. Like if you're doing elves, they're going to be about 200 of warbands. 200. Yeah, about 200 points of warband-ish. If they're full warbands.
About.
So that's 30, 40.
Yeah,
it'd be 36, and then probably
30
something
to
extra.
50, depending on if you're taking a normal army. 30 to 50, depending on whether it's a horde army or not.
But I never worry about that.
Well, that's because you've got 2 attack models.
In any army though, I don't particularly worry about your total model count. It's more about what your army's going to do. Because if your army's not like an all hero army, the answer's going to be 5.
Yeah. But just make sure it's balanced. Don't take loads of really expensive heroes and then if you took and then clearly not enough warriors.
Yeah.
Just think about what you could be facing, what an average army you'd be facing would have in terms of models. I know that's kind of asking the same question again, but if you just built up an army with mid-range heroes, how many models could they get if they're doing it in your army list, and how many fewer warriors have you got, and then you work out whether you'd lose to that just through sheer weight of numbers.
He actually then goes on to say,
edit this.
How should you play?
Oh, how should you play when playing against an army with far more models than yours? Hopefully you have either all hero or you have higher fight value. Otherwise, or you've invested a lot of points in one hero who you're hoping to do a lot.
If it's not all hero, that's hard. I came up against this when I was using the elf army, Thrydan's Hall army for Stockport. I was doing really well with it until I came up against Chris Murphy's goblins.
And then there's so many of them.
And then my army's relatively elite because it's an elf army.
And his
is completely spammed the other way. So I was always fighting against people with more models.
Yeah.
But I suddenly found someone with nearly twice as many.
Yeah. The best things to do are hope that the board has enough terrain for you to kind of hide yourself in, so that they can't use all their models in one go. Make sure you're very compact and don't split up, so you do well at scenarios like to the death potentially. I know it might be hard to break the other army, but you don't want ones like domination or reconnoitre where you're having to split up your force and that kind of thing, because as soon as you start splitting up against a model with more models, they're going to swamp.
You'll need to do some damage with shooting. I can't think of any small elite armies always have shooting. They're always like elves
and usually have high fight value, so you can make sure you kind of hunker down in a place if you can, if the scenario allows, and just try to wear them down with your high fight value.
Shielding's good.
Yeah,
shielding's
using
good.
Half your models tactically shield, so put one model in against 2 or 3 and shield, and then try to win the fights where you can, so that you can bring the model balance down. Heroic combating with your heroes.
A banner's a big help for that. If you're going to go in with an elite army, it's generally elves. They're the ones that pay that little bit extra.
Or maybe dwarves.
Yeah. You'll want models. You want a strong high defense front line with shields and a banner behind it to get yourself the most option to stay alive against mass attacks.
Yeah, and then the only other option is that you've got Minas Tirith and shoved in Aragorn, Alessar and Boromir, and then you just need to do everything with your heroes.
I thought you were saying you've got Minas Tirith. Like you put Minas Tirith and sit behind it. Okay, yeah, that's a great idea. That'll keep you well safe.
Or you've put a trebuchet in for some reason.
Yeah, bring a trebuchet. Bring a trebuchet, I'll do it.
Anyway, yeah, something like that. Edit, this will be my reply for GBHL's James's video. Oh,
this is when he answers some questions.
Brendan Hobby vlog. So he just wanted to ask James in the hobby vlog, I guess.
Old Saladin, I don't know. I'll admit those Nova armies aren't that cheesy, but very competitive. Hope still have fun with it though. And maybe James is talking about his Nova army.
Right, yeah.
But yes, maybe they're not.
Yeah. Oh, and they thought the old Saladin model was awful. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's not great. Jack Hartwell. Hi guys, great vid. Thanks. I'm currently building an all-mounted Mordor themed army. Morgul Knights led by the Knight of Umbar and Shadow Lord, both on armoured horse. Good lad. I really like the idea and look more than anything. I haven't tried it in game. Do you think it could work competitively? Looking forward to hearing your views. Cheers. No, but you should still use it. In short.
I don't think it'll be that bad. The Morgul Knights are expensive. You're going to be outnumbered, like the last one. The issue is you can't really skirmish.
You can't shoot him.
So if you're against a shooty army, I know you've got the Shadow Lord, but you're still going to be losing your precious horses. It's going to be hard for you because you don't want to just charge everything in straight away.
Particularly if you've got 2 raids, you're going to be hugely outnumbered, and problem with cavalry armies is they get swamped. And so if you want to do well with a cavalry army, you need to be infuriating your opponent by sitting away from them and shooting and softening them up.
And then they come to you, and then you can charge.
Which is why kind of Rohan are good, and Rivendell Knights are
and then
very good.
Potentially Minas Tirith if they've got Citadel Guard with bows.
Yeah, but that's all theory, Hammer. No one has it.
Kieran,
has he?
have you not watched the player interview at Mansfield? He took it. Took all mounted Gondor.
Yeah, but how many Citadel Guard did he have?
Reasonable amount.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, I have seen the video, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was like washing up or something.
Okay. Yeah, he did well with it.
Did he? Yeah. I take it back. You don't see them, I think because of conversion.
I don't think
he'd
win a tournament with it.
Yeah. But it's a really cool, you're right, this is like it's like the Legolas thing, it's a really cool idea, and you should do that. And you've got 2 named raids which are horrible things, horrible, awful things, but they're on horse.
Yeah.
And people go, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So if I hate, if you're coming up against the Shadow Lord, it's like, oh, for God's sake, he's hiding behind 50 goblins, this is stupid. If you put the Shadow Lord on a horse and an army full of Morgul Knights, I think that's a great idea.
It's fine. And it'll help, you won't get crushed.
I think you might get crushed. If you've got 2, it depends what army, but if you've got 2 named raves.
Yeah. Well, the issue is it depends what points all of this is at, but in this current list, if you've just got the 2 races, your heroes, you've not got nearly enough might to keep charging every go. You need, I don't know, Morgul Knight captains.
The 2 knights are like 260. What's a Morgul Knight? About 20.
Yeah.
So then you're going to have like 10 in each warband. That's 400. That's about 650 army with 22 models that are all mounted. So I'm not trying to dissuade you, but I don't think it will be competitive.
But just make sure you play someone else with a fun army.
Yeah, the Shadow Lord will help you prevent them shooting you.
Yeah.
To get to you, and then you'll have fun on a ton of charge, but you'll just get so swamped.
Yeah.
But it would be a great army to take chat to your mate with a load of warriors of Minas Tirith
or Arnott, something with poor courage and no.
And kind of line it up
passing.
so they don't have casters, they don't have Nature's Wrath, they don't have Thranduil, anything like that that's going to anti-cavalry you.
Yeah.
Because that's unfortunately I think what will happen.
But with the terror and the -1, it works well in theory, but anything with fury is going to destroy you.
Yeah. I mean that's the question. That's the difference where you say.
Oh, you can sap that will. I guess.
You say do you think it could work competitively? And that is a different question to do you think this could work? If you're asking competitively, I presume you mean to take to a tournament and try and win, and the answer would be no. I don't think it would do well there, but. I think it would be a hell of a lot of fun. Yeah. And you might get a lot of best sporting votes, and you might well get best army votes and stuff. Yeah. And I'd love to see it. I've never seen an all Morgul Knight army. So do it.
Cool. Dave Egan. Hello again, gents. Hello again. Questions for this week. Does Panic Steed work on Azog's White Warg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it does, I think.
It's just harder to do because he has all the will. And then the White Warg would stick around?
No, it wouldn't, because it doesn't. You remove them out from play.
So if it just removes them out.
Yeah, a warg, for example, gets the chance to take a courage test, but it doesn't in Panic Steed.
So yeah, the White Warg would just go.
The rider is immediately thrown for the saddle. His mount bolts from the field of battle.
Yep.
Unless there's an FAQ that says a warg gets to take it.
Because you can Panic Steed a wraith.
Yeah, but if you kill the wraith, the Felbies can't stay around.
No, but.
As talking about like a normal warg has a chance to stay around if you kill it.
Yeah. I don't. If you Panic Steed a warg, it just goes.
Well, that's exactly what I mean.
So yeah,
I think the white warg would leg it.
Yes. In the shoot phase, Smaug breathes fire, and a bunch of models are affected. Models that survive the immediate strength 10 hit are set ablaze. Models that are set ablaze suffer a further strength 5 hit in the end phase until they stop, drop, and roll. Yes. Does set ablaze take effect in the end phase immediately following the shoot phase that the target models were hit by breathe fire? I've played Smaug a few times recently against my friends, and some of them thought that set ablaze took effect in the end phase, the turn after the models got hit by breathe fire. I'll answer that bit first. So sorry,
you still got the example.
Okay, in one game I breathed fire against a warband of High Elves led by the twins. 4 out of 9 high elves died immediately from the strength 10 hit, and one of the twins spent 2 fate to avoid dying. Then in the end phase, another 4 high elves died, and the other twin took a wound. Oh, so you're saying they do it twice before they even have a chance to roll around. I guess if that's the wording.
Yeah, the wording's quite clear. Like
Yeah.
Like you take it instantly, and it's done in the shoot phase.
Yeah.
And then in the end phase, which is a phase no one uses, but it's at the end of a turn, you take another one.
Yeah.
It's probably an odd stacking of rules because a normal dragon doesn't set a blaze.
No.
So setting a blaze is generally something that probably might have happened to you in your move phase if a model moved into you. So you might, if you lost priority, you might get a chance to move.
Yeah.
And put it out. But it's incredibly powerful. Yeah. So yeah, if you
Smaug though, isn't it?
There's nothing to say. It does seem to me to be a bit odd. I'll grant you. But then equally, if it didn't, it would never happen because you'd always lie down. There's no.
I guess you can hurry combat, lie yourself down. To get out
of
your
model. Yeah. So that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fair enough if you set on fire anyway.
Yeah.
To have at least one hit at the end of the go from the ablaze part as opposed to just the fire part.
Yeah. And so another reason Smaug is horrible.
Yeah.
But yes.
Cool. Cheers, Dave.
Next up we have Andreas.
The Norwegian Viking.
Indeed, who said, loved the battle report with the Golden Hall of Medicil. Yeah, it was very cool. Great looking stuff. Mm-hmm. Just got a local hobby chain to carry Lord of the Rings Hobbit miniatures again after they had some blisters dusting the walls. My gaming club has a discount scheme with them as well, so we will support a Hobbit hobby. Thanks for the shout out last week to my YouTube channel. Not a problem.
We shouted that out before on the Planter.
We have indeed. But good, well done, excellent stuff.
Yeah.
Good to see local stores supporting it at a time when a lot of them are kind of pulling out.
Yeah.
So well done. That was easy.
Mm-hmm. Next question is from Thomas Horatio. My question this week is, why does 0 Point Gollum have a 6-inch move while Sméagol has a 5-inch move? He has a split personality, doesn't grow longer legs. I appreciate that he has to be within 6 inches of the ring bearer though. If you had a Sildar on a horse, he wouldn't keep up. It would be as... Okay. It would be as ridiculous as Saruman and Boromir, who have more than one profile having different move abilities. Yes, I think it's just an oversight. Just as was the difference in fight value between the Hobbit versus non-Hobbit.
Hobbit Gollum's got a 5-inch move as well.
I think it's just...
Yeah, it's just a difference. There's no reason for it.
I think that if they were bothered now, particularly, they'd alter it to be 6.
Maybe Gollum's a little quicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't
Sméagol's too busy talking to himself to walk fast.
That must be it.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't think it was a conscious decision by them.
It's probably one of those things that a lot of people miss as well. I think that you just move... I wouldn't have a clue whether he was meant to be 5 or 6 or someone was moving him 6 inches.
The other thing is 0 points Gollum's for scenarios anyway, so...
Yeah.
And Smeag... Yeah. Just to go with the ring bearer, so yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters
which
that much.
Which one's the 5-inch one? Smeag? I was wondering, maybe he's meant to be like tied up a bit.
What, it burns us?
Yeah. Slowing me down.
But yeah, it's a good spot, but I don't think it's a deliberate move.
Probably not. Next up we have Jeremy Smith. Speed-friendly question 85.5. Trivia question. Left-handed content. You rolled some dice left-handed in the Dun Landing versus Rohan 1,000 point power up. He did indeed. I think it was Ryan who spotted that.
Oh no, but he said he was doing the right-handed handshake, so the left-handed content was that he was left-handed holding the camera. I think that's what he was driving at, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is in that bat rep that apparently he did it. I think most of the bat reps at some point will have some left-handed contact because you invariably end up grabbing something.
Yeah.
I'm left-handed. Anyway, so maybe everything I do is left-handed. Yep, you're right.
My one, Rosato Sean. After rewatching Moria Dwarf Battle Company, my question this week is simple. What would Baloin do? I would love to...
That's Balian.
But they always pronounced it Baloin.
Yeah.
I think James on his on the dwarf had spelt it Iowan, but he always pronounced it Boulogne, didn't he?
Yeah, because Balian doesn't ring a bell.
No, it was Boulogne.
But they weren't like twins or something.
Maybe not. No, I think it was Boulogne. And was he the
It's
big
like
one?
Wobchicker again. GBHL North can't read.
I'd love to see you guys do a Rohan Battle Company in the very, very near future. Well,
Is he doing Rohan? I don't think he is.
I thought he was.
Yes. You'll certainly see a battle company in the very near future.
Yeah. Multiple battle companies.
Battle companies, 4 perhaps. But as for what they are, you'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Because frankly, I don't know.
As for what would Boulogne do, I mean, in what context? I'm trying to remember.
I think he'd probably get his name changed by default.
Yeah.
Like to sort of, they'd just be going for. I have this. I know what Boulogne's going through. My name.
What, Damian?
Well, no, I can deal with that because it's Damian. It could be either, right?
O'Byrne.
My surname is O'Byrne.
Yeah.
It's spelled O''Byine.
Yeah.
Crucially, the Y is before the R.
Yeah.
Everyone. Hi, Mr. O'Brien. What? How are you getting that? If you're going to go Mr. O'Byron, okay,
Just
fair
to
enough.
know you.
But it's just like you're saying it. I mean, look at it. It's on your screen. I'm guessing in front of you when you're ringing me for this. But where's the Y? Oh, it's in front of the R, and you think it's O'Brien? Yeah. All my life, and Emma's furious
I'm
now.
crying inside.
Yeah, Harrison. Can't go wrong with that, can you?
Well, you'd be surprised how many people say is it double R, 1S or 1R, 2 S's.
No, I suppose. I worked in the same place for 10 years now, 9 years, and at a Christmas party 3 years ago, they had my name on the table for us, like where we were all sitting. It was spelt wrong in 3 places.
They don't love you, do they?
Damien O'Byrne was spelt wrong in 3 places.
Damien?
It was. I think it was Damien, and then maybe the
Y was.
I can't remember. How
maybe
you do
no
it?
E on the end.
Yeah, but I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I'm on their payroll.
Yeah.
Just get it from the computer. It's incredible. So yeah, I think that's what Balian.
I think this has escalated though.
I think that's what.
Okay.
I have some issues I needed to talk about.
Was Boulogne his big captain one? I think he was.
Can't remember.
He'd probably. I know what he'd do. He'd probably kill off Myrtle straight away just so he wasn't involved in the battles. Who was it? Was it Myrtle who was really rubbish?
Yeah.
Yeah, get him out of your little company and get someone better in.
Oh, imitating life.
What else? He'd have killed. He should have killed. What's his name? Burn the Warg.
No, leave Bernal. He was fine. And Neymad.
Yeah, Neymad.
He should have taken better care of Neymad.
Yeah.
Because Neymad was getting a lot of grief about how his name was spelled. That's what he should have done. Should have looked after that dog.
Yeah, give them some context next week about what would he do. Was it in a specific situation?
Yeah, I don't. It's like what would Jesus do, isn't it? Like what would Boulogne do? I don't know. Chop up a goblin.
Yeah.
If in doubt, chop up a goblin.
Yeah.
But just spell my name right. Next up we have Luke Davis. He says, "Hey guys, thanks for the response. Anytime. Might go for a Dol Guldur force reminiscent of that in the Hobbit films instead. Necromancer, Azog, Hunter, Orcs, etc. That sounds cool.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
That was really good. My question this week is, are there any alternate paint schemes that you think look better than the original? After seeing GBHL James's colour schemes for High Elves / Rivendell, I decided to do a similar scheme for my Elves. I think it looks so much better. As ever, cheers guys and keep up the awesome work. Thank you very much." Yeah, they do look good. James's knights look really cool.
Different scheme.
Different scheme.
I've liked some people who've done autumnal wood elves. They look cool. It's Chris.
James Long had a really good. The ones that got mixed were really nice. Yeah, Chris Young's
were really good as well. Yeah, there were a few people who've done the autumnal wood elves. They look cool. I'd have liked to do an autumnal Dunedain Grey Company at some point.
Fall of the Necromancer.
Yeah.
I didn't get it at the time.
I think you were too tired.
Fall of the Necromancer was sour and in orange clothes, wasn't it? Yeah, there must be
some others.
I've seen a few.
People do high elves.
I can't remember who did them. Is it? Who's got the blue ferals?
Oh yeah, Jan has done.
Yeah,
no, he did blue berserkers.
I'm not a huge fan of that. I know that they're an alternate and a lot of people like them, but they didn't do it for me.
ferals.
Yeah, alright, yeah. You think I've got baggage about my name? You've got some feral baggage. I liked Jan's orange dwarves though.
Yes,
they weren't orange
really cool.
dwarves. They were like orange was the key colour.
Yeah.
They were cool.
They were cool. They weren't Oompa dwarves.
that would be good. Do that. Get that done. I don't know. The blue. I don't think they're particularly alternate, but who had the Seven Stones? Who had the blue, like fiefdoms, blue Swan Knights, and they were a brighter blue.
Brighter blue.
Yeah, they were like a pale, like Seven Stones.
Was it Rich Clement?
Possibly.
Clement?
Yeah, they looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
That was a really nice colour scheme.
And Tom White, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, that fiefdoms are really cool.
I think with the greatest one in the world, the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit things are slightly less creative because people want to emulate the movies.
Yep.
Than something like Warhammer. God rest its soul. But yeah, it's what.
I quite like it when people do different schemes on things like Arnor because it doesn't, if you're not doing the GW one, it doesn't really matter because it's not matching the film. And then for things like elves, they've been around so long they can have different outfits. So and it's just cloth. You could have different colour cloths as long as it's not too outlandish.
I like World Champions blue, Galadriel. His new one, like silver, mail, and blue. That was quite cool.
Yeah, oh, that's cool.
I liked that. Yeah, they're the ones that spring to mind for me. And there was another. Thanks for might go for a Dol Guldur Force reminiscent of that in the Hobbit films. Necromancer. Yeah, do that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. We've just enjoyed doing the Fall of Necromancer week.
Yeah. So that's very much in our. Although actually, it's really bizarre this because you're probably seeing this. There'll be
just after.
What day is it? It's Friday today, isn't it? So the showcase will go up tomorrow.
Showcase tomorrow, yeah.
So you've literally had us for 6 days and then straight away into this video. And we recorded the Fall of Necromancer about a month ago.
Yeah.
So there's been a month for us between that showcase and this this video. Such is the crazy worlds. But yeah, that'd be cool. I haven't actually seen anyone do it at a tournament really to do the kind of have the Necromancer but have
points for Necromancer and
Gundabad orcs and stuff. But yeah, that would be cool. That would be a really cool fluffy theme. Yep. So yeah, do it.
Do it, yeah. Is it me now? Yes.
I think so.
James and his stuff has asked, "Hi, how competitive would an all Dunedain, Rangers of the North, and Rangers of Arnor be? Thanks." It can be pretty competitive. If you're having all Dunedain, I guess then you're saying that you don't want the elf, but you're kind of constrained by the heroes. But if I'm taking Dunedain heroes, then you've got probably Aragorn, Isildur's heir, Halbarad, and Arathorn, something like that. It's competitive, definitely. The stumbling block you're going to have is if as soon as someone has the Shadow Lord or cast Blinding Light, your main strategy goes out the window, and then you've got a lot of bows which aren't going to do much because they're strength 2, and you've got very low defense models.
It's another one where there's an awful lot of theory hammer. You hear, I think it was actually Sam Page who was talking, possibly for Throne of Skulls, about a horrendous list.
Mirkwood.
He had that with Mirkwood Rangers and stuff, and just it's one of those lists that sounds very, very tempting on paper, and it works really well in your head. And then as soon as you, because of the nature of the new scenarios,
you have to move about.
It will slaughter some armies, but then it will get destroyed by others and at different scenarios.
The thing it's really good at coming up against is Harad without the Shadow Lord, because it can outshoot Harad.
But again, it's one of those things that like if you take that army, you're hoping you don't come up against tournament filth.
Yeah.
Like Shadow Lord with shooting, but then equally that army is kind of if you're hoping for that. You're hoping to sit back with tons and tons of bows and shoot, which is kind of tournament filth.
Yeah,
and if you're bringing tournament filth, you'll probably come up against tournament filth.
Yeah. And you'll probably struggle when you have things like fast monsters against you. Something like an eagle or a fell beast are going to get to you probably and hurl you about, and then most of your models are going down. It's
also that how competitive would it be? So again, I think it's that question always to me makes it.
You will win games with it.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll win it. I mean,
didn't I didn't play them, but at doubles, Chris and David Reed took Dunedain, but they had they had like the convenient fluff thing that like, you know, the Wood Elves have, where they're all, you know, and Wood Elf army is very competitive, but
Which
it's also
doubles is it?
themed.
Sorry.
The Mansfield one.
The one I wasn't at.
Yeah, great weekend. And like the Fell Beast are conveniently themed, you know, that kind of thing. Well, they took exactly the right number. I think it was at 33 or something. But they took the right number from the book.
Oh, really?
So they had the full Grey Company.
Yeah, brilliant.
Like, so they were like, look, it's fluff. But then
with
Aragorn, the twins, Halbrand, I think.
Yeah.
Now we're going to shoot you to death.
Yeah.
and they did very well with it. I think they finished second. So it is competitive.
Oh, this was, I remember that David saying about this.
If you're going to play with it, if you want it to be competitive, it's like shooting Widow Farmer, you have to play it a bit like a bit of a jerk.
Yeah.
In
so
which
you have to
case,
sit back and shoot.
I don't know, are you going to enjoy doing that?
No.
Is your opponent going to enjoy doing that? Depends. I think there's a lot to be said for competitive games. You know, I'd go to tournaments and try and win them and everything, but if you're going to meet up with someone on Sunday to play, don't bring that list.
Yeah.
If you're going to take it to a tournament, it'll probably do well, but probably won't win, I would say.
Yeah.
Is that me?
Yes.
Matt Patson says, "Hi guys, I was wondering how good Shagrat War Leader was. I want him to lead some Morannons. And also, I've started an SBG page mainly for reviews. Could you do a scouring of YouTube for me? It's Hobby Spot
New Zealand. Spot NZ.
Hobby Spot NZ. I was trying to say it. Hobby Spot NZ for New Zealand.
So
Well
first off,
deciphered.
is Shagrat War Leader good? 3, 2, 1.
Yes,
He's really
amazing.
good. And he's a lot of fun because he's just good at fighting, and with the knockdown, he can kill stuff.
He's one of those people who kind of slips under your radar a bit. Like, he's not. If you're playing against him, he's not a named Wraith. He's not a Fell Beast. He's not a Shade. But he's horrible.
Yeah, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, 3 might, 3 will, 3 fate.
Defense
Strength
7.
5, defense 7.
Makes him very hard to take down from a distance.
The only thing is the fight 5, but with the knockdown, I think he's great. I've taken him to a tournament before.
He's cheap, isn't he?
He's 110-ish, something like that. Which,
he's
very
very
for a 3
good.
attack hero with 3 wounds is good. Yeah, definitely
He's
good.
a really good hero killer.
Yeah.
Because you're probably, if you're going into him, his fight value doesn't. If with a hero, his fight value probably won't come into it because you'll both strike anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And if he wins, he knocks you down. You get 6 strength 5 hits against you. That's horrible.
Yeah.
So he's really really good.
Really good for leading Morans as well, I guess, because they're also high defense.
Yeah.
That's strong. Yeah.
He's very very good. He's a kind of nearly a high point hero at a low points cost.
Yeah.
And he's got the right stats.
Yeah.
So yes, and good
even
luck
worse
with
if you've got a ring wraith backing him up to immobilise whatever he's going into.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, absolutely. And good luck with your blog.
Yes.
That did not come up.
No, we tried to
One word?
find it. Yeah, all one word.
Gandalf the White SPG review. That's probably it. Oh, it's a YouTube channel.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so it's we've got reviews of Gandalf the White, Rivendell Army Showcase review, Mordor and Angmar Army review. So yeah, it's a YouTube channel called Hobby Spot NZ.
Yeah.
Go and give it a look, and good luck with that.
And that was this week's
The Scouring
of YouTube.
So we know.
Yeah.
We know how to do the bits. we know the stuff.
Seamless.
Yeah. So yeah, good luck with that, Matt.
Yeah. And yeah, sorry we didn't look at your videos in advance. We're not that prepared.
No. So everyone, you need to go and check out his channel and comment on his videos.
Yes. And I have J22.
Final question.
Final question. Hey James and Jamie. Hello.
Hey Jay.
First, just over a week to go until Longbottom and then on to Nova. Yes, it is very exciting.
No, he's probably Jay must be quite tired by now.
Tired?
After carrying James.
At the last event. Yeah, you can't carry James at the next event in a doubles force because it's singles. Is the excitement building now that you're getting closer to the tourneys? Yes, indeed.
For Longbottom and Nova,
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, they're both going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Also, Jamie, me. What list have you finalised for Nova? All right, I'm going to tell you.
We can reveal Jamie given his list.
Jamie's going to take all wargs.
No, he's not. I'll
Okay,
be serious.
no.
Jamie is taking a Gundabad Orc captain, leading 6 Fel Wargs, 3 Gundabads and 2 Hunter Orcs.
Yeah.
He's taking the Betrayer, leading 9 Morgul stalkers.
Tainted.
The Tainted, yeah, he's in there as well. With, what's he got with him? 6 shades.
Yeah, 6 shades. For lols.
He's taking...
All hero shades.
He's taking 7 shades.
All hero shades.
Yeah, 7 shades of grey. It's going to be a deeply...
Do they stack or not? If you have them double shade, does it do -2? I don't know what the word is.
So why are we talking about double shade? We've got 7.
Because then they'd be -7.
Yeah, 7 shades. Auto win. Beat Smaug. I don't want to give away James' list.
No.
He did send a new list through. He's still tinkering, so he's not at the time of recording. He's not finalised.
No.
Have you sorted your list?
No.
No. You started.
I've got an elf list that I can bring.
Is that what
it's
you're-
probably going to be that.
Have you kind of like
Yeah.
kind of woken up and smelled the cheese?
It's not. It's just an elf list. I mean, it's not.
You're not chucking Alfred in there.
No, it's not. I mean, I could do if, but gonna borrow your Alfred.
It's not cheese. But it's now cheese.
I just feel horrible.
It's fine. Think about what they'll be doing. They want to crush us over there.
I'm not putting axes. You can't put axes on anyway, can you?
No, don't put eggs on. That's too much.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want to do that at all. But I don't think. I was just inquiring as to whether
Oh
they
yeah.
banned it
I
anyway.
think they might. Have
You
done.
can't take Alfred because I need to take a full warband of Lake Tom. Well
Oh.
done, Nova.
Oh
well
no,
done.
What a hardship.
I know.
12 cheap
Thank
spam
you very
troops.
much.
It is a good. That is a good rule.
I could take 12 Lake Tom, but I don't want to take 12 Lake Tom.
I think I finalised. I actually played Jay with my list to try it out,
Yes.
and I got a draw against him. And I think
because you're not very good.
No, I'm rubbish. I think I'm going to. I've tinkered with it a bit, but I think I know what I'm taking. I haven't really thought about it to be honest. But yeah, it's what is it, like a week and a bit till Longbottom?
Yeah, and then we're off after that.
I've only written half the quiz. This is all I get on with this. This has come out of nowhere.
Guys, can you all put a quiz question in for Damon in the comments?
Yeah, but don't read them.
Yeah, Jamie.
No one on here who's coming to Longbottom can read them. Yeah, so that again, it's because it's just the same army. I haven't really been thinking about the armies.
Yeah.
I've been working around the quiz, but it's always great. Longbottom's going to
Do
be
you have
amazing.
spare ferals and berserkers? That'd be better.
Is that one of the quiz questions?
No, I could take them.
Yeah, well, probably. I've got 2 armies, identical armies. Yeah, so I think it's Longbottom sold out. I think it's full, which is amazing. They've packed the whole out.
Yeah, they're at about 50. Just over 50.
If not, go and have a look on the Great British Hobbit League and check it out.
Yes.
But we are about to enter a kind of week of hobby wonder.
Yes.
Starting with the
Lots
everyone's
of
coming over
filming
on
as well.
Saturday. We're going to be filming this Battle Company stuff. Then Longbottom.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a lot of content done.
Then off to
Yeah.
America. And then back. And
Yeah.
back to stupid real life and work.
Yeah, it'll be. Yeah, sad when we get back.
But yeah. So yes, the excitement is very much building, and we're looking forward to seeing all of you there.
Yes. That's it.
That is it. We're at the end. There's only 16 comments this week.
Oh. Kept lengthened that out quite nicely.
Yeah, it felt like more.
Yeah.
But yes, so we hope you've enjoyed us filling in for the week. We won't be here next week, obviously. It'll be the other guys doing it. So we just basically made the place untidy and left them to deal with the mess. Yeah. So yeah, deal with that, guys. But we will be back next Friday, I believe.
Yes.
With Tut Palantir.
Yes, we will.
With one hell of a comment review.
And yes.
Don't forget to get your comments in below for next week's friend question. Try and get it above 16, please.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, all of those of you in the loop have not done your job very well.
No.
And I can say that without fear of you getting annoyed because I'm not on the video next week.
Absolutely, yeah. Post loads of army list questions. Long ones. Until then, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Support Jamie on Patreon. He's very ill, so he needs your support right now.
So ill, poor
Yeah,
boy.
poor boy.
Get well soon, buddy.
Yeah.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Support your hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming.